From Lalate News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings Lalate.
It's a big morning of mornings and early mornings, LA, with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. Done deal. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to the American people under the fourth stimulus recon, but the president has a secret meeting on Sunday. What does that mean for us today? And Danny Kean ordering the House Democrats back into session. What was the secret message that he had as well? A lot of secrets, and they're all revealed in this big early mornings broadcast. We'll go over the Democrats' proposal of $3.5 trillion of checks. We'll go over the fourth stimulus recon, and we'll be going over the push to get those monthly fourth stimulus checks in the fourth stimulus recon. Then we cut to the big money across the board that viewers continue to get, the big money that you can get as well. Not 5, not 10, but 20, upwards of $50,000. It's a big day with incredible great news. I have all the breaking details and the big exciting news as America is excited and reacting with thousands and thousands of people signing up for the new Lalate alerts. The first alert system for news breaking across the board. It happens right now, and the toast is toast and the butter is buttering. Let's get to it on Early Mornings Lalate. Good early morning, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful day across the board. The weather is gorgeous here in Santa Monica on this early mornings broadcast. We'll be going over that fourth stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we cut to the recon, a done deal. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you under the fourth stimulus recon. I'll go over what those checks are and how this is incredible news that we've never seen in the history of this channel. Then we'll be going over the secret meetings that the president had on Sunday, the big push from all the Democrats, and what Danny Kean messaging says about what's coming on this week. A lot of surprises, and then the big money that is set for you under this fourth stimulus recon. I have all the breaking news, and it starts right now with a big early mornings broadcast. Good morning, and how are you? Thank you for joining me across the board. And this is Lalate, America's only 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America, live in the morning and taped in the afternoons. Coming up next is Overnight's Crypto. This video will take you there live on air as Bitcoin goes over 50,000. Then coming up at 9 a.m., I'm live with you direct from Santa Monica. 9:45 at Morning's Crypto, and then 11 a.m. with Noontime Lalate. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. And meantime, sign up for the incredible new Lalate alerts. Thousands, I can't believe I'm even saying this, thousands and thousands of people have signed up for this platform, which I was able to roll out in less than 24 hours. You go to news.lalate.com, the link to which is at the top of the chat. It will send you alerts as they happen, but one of the most important things is you need to confirm your email address after you sign up for the alerts. The confirmation email will be sent to you from Lalate saying, hi, do you confirm for alerts? Click that blue button, and then it'll say, thank you. You're now signed up. Sign up for Lalate alerts. Watch that spam folder if you didn't get it. Four stimulus checks. Who gets them? How many of them? How much? And all the details. More Democrats are coming out and saying, we need stimulus checks. And what are they saying? Let's go over all the incredible numbers that are happening at Early Mornings Lalate. Well, we have a lot more Democrats saying you need the stimulus checks. Let's look at who's saying what. We have the House members, and we have the senators like Warren, Sanders, and Wyden saying we need a monthly stimulus check, telling the president in a letter, get it done. Monthly, but they don't say the amount. Then let's cut over to the House AOC, and Omar telling the president, same message, need a monthly. They actually give an amount, $2,000 a month. Then we have the House Ways and Means Committee. Yeah, those guys. Yeah, those women. Yeah, those people. They say monthly. and they say they're going to do it for us. Let's keep them to their promise. They do not see the amount, and they say there will be a fifth next year. The American petition signed by nearly 3 million Americans saying there needs to be a monthly stimulus check, $2,000. And then the one that really has captivated a country, and certainly the viewers of this channel, is the House bill. $1,000 a month after the first month, $2,000. Pandemic plus 1 year, which would amount to more than 12 checks, which would be more than $13,000. I think you have an opinion. House or Senate? House or Senate? Jump in the live chat right now and vote House or Senate, and tell me where you're tuning in from this beautiful early mornings broadcast. Who gets us for a stimulus check? You do. Democrats represent that. If you got a third, you get a fourth stimulus check. Single individual, $75,000 or less. Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. Married couple, $150,000 or less. Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. Double it. Family of four, Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. Quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. The fourth stimulus check is not income. It's not taxable. And the fourth stimulus check would be the same amount for everyone, including adult dependents. Finally, the fourth stimulus check would not be a monthly, would not be a waivable check. It's a monthly check. One of those things. If you're outside the casino last night, you saw the check. He had too many $12 ice creams. So I waved at him, and he did not wave back, but he said, I see two of you. I said, I don't care if you see two of me. So long as I see reoccurring of you, I'm good. And there you go. Who gets this fourth stimulus check? You do. Democrats represent, you do. And in the second half of this video, we'll be going over the recon. Done deal. $3.5 trillion of checks, in addition to the stimulus checks, are slated for that fourth stimulus recon. I'll go over all the incredible details. Then we cut to the voting process, and Steny Hoyer brought them all back. House members are backing down. So what are they voting on? And is there a secret message in his in his alert? Meantime, does the president have a secret message as well? Oh boy, a lot of secrets. We love this. And then finally, we'll get to fifth stimulus. But first, let's get some money. Get a pen and paper ready. It's time for some money. And boy, you are killing it. The viewers of this channel are getting enormous sums of money. So we're going to get some rent, utilities, food, or internet. And, you know, with the rollout of the new Lalate alerts, which I did in less than 24 hours on Sunday. If you're not signed up, sign up right now at the top of the chat. I've not been able to go through all your messages you've been sending me about your success stories. So keep on sending them to me, and I'll run them on camera today. Rent, utilities, food, internet. If you got it from this channel, post it, send me a private message on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. But let's look at the rent that viewers are getting, and bam, here we go. Oh my goodness, that snap. I'm jumping the gun. Let's cut back to red. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Elizabeth Purple Hawk getting $27,000 for this channel. Mark, $25,000 for this channel. Nancy, $24,000 for rent. As a Purple Hawk, Richard, $22,000, and Nisi, $20,000. When we talk about utilities, Cecilia got $1,200 for heap. That's a heap. Well, how much are people getting for utilities from this channel? Let's see. Bam! Wow, great job, Nancy, getting an incredible $7,000 for utilities. Mark, $6,500. And Angela, $5,000. When we talk about Snap, it's not a couple $100. Snap is money for food. Can we see the graphic? Oh my goodness. Louie, you're killing it. $18,000 for Snap. John, $10,000 to $12,000. And there's Nancy. She got her third item. She got to the final round, the Triple Crown. The three items, rent, utilities, and Snap. But who else got to the Triple Crown? Can we see the graphic? Bam! Oh my goodness. Nancy getting $32,000 for this channel. Purple Hawk, incredible. Mark, Purple Hawk, $32,000 for across the board. Nisi, $23,000 for three items. And Mark, congratulations for $32,000 for two items. Two items. That's a mistake, Mark. You're not supposed to be on that graphic about three items. That's two items. Let me tell you what happened. Mark got two items at $32,000. And for 5 days on camera, I said to Mark, go get the third item. The third item is Snap. It's a Snap. It's very easy to get. And Mark delivers us three incredible details of incredible stories that came from him. The first one is that within 5 days, Mark got Snap. Can you imagine? That's incredible. Number two, he told his neighbor, go watch that kid. That kid is the real deal. And his neighbor went from $0 to $20,000 of rent in less than 5 days. Oh my goodness. And finally, Mark reveals he got Snap. And he got Snap in 5 days. How much do you think he got? He did not get a few dollars. He did not get a few dollars. You know me, I'm going to show you big numbers. You know I'm about to show you big numbers. Well, let's see how much Mark got for that Snap. It's a lot. Mark, who had started with two items at $32,000, got $19,000 for Snap, bringing his grand total to $55,000. And there you go. And if you think that's a ceiling on this channel, it's not. Lorraine getting over $105,640 from this channel. And this is what we do, because this is Lalate. We've been doing this since day one. I launched this channel when people had applied for the EIDL loan and EIDL grant in April of last year. And their applications were not getting approved. They weren't going anywhere. They were stuck in what I called a vortex. The 330 vortex, the 331, the 48. Do you remember? Post in the live chat if you do. So on camera and off camera, I fixed their applications, got them approved, getting on average sometimes 10 applications a day approved at $150,000 a pop. $25 million of EIDL loans approved because of this channel. Saving people's homes, their businesses, and their employees' homes. But then in fall 2020, second stimulus is not coming, so you need money again. So I got viewers $250,000 of rent. Tyrone and his family saw my channel and went out and got that rent. He got $15,000 for rent from December to January. But now you're doing it bigger and bolder than we've ever seen. Get a pen and paper ready, because today is your day to get that some big money. If you just found this channel, subscribe, become a member, hit the alerts. If you're already a viewer of this channel, today is your big money. Get the money. And if you got one item, I'm going to get you some more. So first, let's go over some introductory remarks. We're going to get some rent, utilities, food, internet, mortgage assistance. And the first thing you need to know is I'm going to show you 6 different places to apply. So if one says no, reach out to the next. They each have different eligibility. Number 2, what's important to know is that they all have their own pot of money. So who cares if the first says no, reach out to the next. Number 3, it's important to know that every state has the same amount of money. Every state was given the same amount of money based upon the number of residents in the state. But if you're in a very small town, like 100 people, then go up the food chain I'm about to show you to the county or to the state. Listen to the keywords I'm about to tell you. They really help people get approved. And finally, the important thing to you to remember is to really push across the board. All right, you're ready? You're going to reach out to your city hall, your city housing authority, your county hall, your county housing authority, your state hall, your state housing authority. Those 6 places: city, city housing authority, county, county housing authority, state, and state housing authority. And the keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID, or mortgage or utility assistance because of COVID. That's it. Away you go. You don't say words they don't know, like stimulus or Mitch Attini. Oh, what is that thing? It's half half $12 ice cream, half lobster sauce. Oh, Lord, don't say that to them. They'll just hang up the phone. And there you go. If you got rent and utilities for this channel, post your success stories in the live chat right now. Now we turn to Snap, and Snap is a SNAP. And where do you get it from? Department of Agriculture. Eligibility is very easy. What is it? It's money for food. How much does it pay? A lot. A family of 4 out of Hawaii gets upwards of $16,000 a year. Mark getting $19,000. Wow. Louis, $18,000. John, $10,000 to $12,000. Lynn Glenn got it for herself and her son and mom. But if you heard the breaking news on this channel a week ago yesterday, it was absolutely incredible. The federal government, because of Biden's urging, is changing SNAP effective in October. Here's the breaking news. It's wonderful news. Effective October, everyone's SNAP benefits go up on average of 25%, lifetime automatic nationwide. Oh my goodness, that's incredible, great news. Yes, Mark's going from 19,000 to about 25,000. If you got SNAP, post your success story in the live chat right now. And then let's go to those unemployment benefits coming back from your state due to computer error. You know, the state that was running the Windows 22 version? It's the Windows 22 version. You know, the one where the keyboard's made out of wood and the mouse is made out of, plexiglass. It's just very, very old version. So reach out to your state. And the average payout, some viewers are getting $3,000, one viewer is getting $5,000. Finally, the refund check coming back from IRS. Mark got $1,400 for this. Average payout is $1,200. Louis got it. Margaret got it. Ka got it, and Michael got it. But one viewer over the weekend got $2,000 from that. More about that in a second. But here's a personal message from me to you. The spirit of this channel is me helping you. I launched this channel to help you. And it's so important because I know you need to get news around the clock. That's why I launched Lalate Alerts in less than 24 hours this Sunday. But if you're in the live chat, I want you to post your success stories, because when you do, you help other people as well. And you've been doing a great job. When you post your success stories, 3 wonderful things happen. First, You inspire people to pick up the phone. A lot of people just sort of need that inspiration. And when they see you're succeeding, when they see how many people are succeeding, they realize, I got to pick up the phone. I got to do this. Number two, they realize the money is a lot more than a few $100s. Number three, they're inspired by people like Art Sullivan and Nisi who got 3 items. And then they realize, I got to get 3 items. I only got 1. I got to get 3. And then they realize the numbers are bigger and bolder than they ever thought. So post your success stories in the live chat right now. Meantime, those unemployment benefits, where are they landing? Direct deposit, otherwise in the mail. Can you track it? Yeah, go to iris.gov and do a transcript search. And 70% of the time it'll work. It'll reveal the tax return you filed and the taxes you paid and the tax refund check you're getting back. And then it'll reveal stuff you wish you'd never seen. Like the ingredient list on the Michatini. I just don't want to know that. And there you go. Can we top that? Yes, as we go into the second part of your fourth stimulus check update 2021, starting right now. Deal done. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to the American people under the fourth stimulus recon. Now, how can I say deal and done when they're still voting on it? Let me explain the details starting right now. The fourth stimulus recon is a done deal because the Democrats, not just senators, but also House members, met with the president before this whole process and agreed upon a price tag of $3.5 trillion. So the price tag's already been agreed upon by the Democrats. Number two, all the Democrats have already agreed to pass the recon. Number three, all the Democrats want the recon and all the Republicans want the bipartisan. And the president says, I have to have both. Otherwise, I'm not doing one. So it actually helps both of them get over the finish line because no one's going to commandeer the other one. Also, the first, second, and third stimulus packages were this big. This one's this big. And the previous stimulus packages were 80% for corporations. This one's all for you. $3.5 trillion of checks coming to the American people. How do we get to this wonderful spot? We got to this wonderful spot by taking roads and bridges out of the recon and putting it into something called the bipartisan. And the recent conservative publication confirms my reporting. The higher the price tag was on the recon before, the harder it was to pass. There you go. But by allowing the Democrats to take out some of the spending from the recon, roads and bridges, and put in the bipartisan, the overall price tag of the recon got smaller. In other words, the bipartisan deal made the recon passable, and vice versa. Now, here's something you're not going to see anywhere else but on this channel. The agreement on the $3.5 trillion price tag was done before they did the process of voting and involved both Democratic senators and Democratic House members. So the vote on the recon price tag this week is a simple vote. They already agreed upon this before they started. That's why Ilhan Omar and Representative Richie Torres, she's from Minnesota, he's from New York, both Democrats and both progressives, had said before the agreement on the price, we got to go big. She said, we have to have a recon that goes as far as we want it. And he said, we have to have a larger recon. Well, they got it, $3.5 trillion. And that's why after everyone had agreed upon the recon price, the president said to the progressives, protect the recon. That's why Democrats from Hawaii, Brian Schantz and Jalapal, both confirmed that the White House told them that the progressive priorities in the recon are the White House's priorities. So what is a recon? What is a bipartisan? Who votes in favor of a recon? What is a recon procedural? What is a recon substantive? And do we have 2 bills to do or 3 bills? Let me go over all the details starting right now. We have 2 bodies of legislation we need to get passed, and one is called recon and the other one is bipartisan. Recon is your money, also called reconciliation, also called the budget bill, price tag $3.5 trillion. It's also called the Democratic Spending Plan or the Progressive Social Reform Plan because guess what? It's all spending on you. It's all about social issues, and it's all part of a budget. Bipartisan, not your money. This is roads and bridges, price tag $1.5 trillion. So we got 3 bills to do. We got recon procedural, pretty easy. Will be done potentially this week. Recon substantive, and then we have bipartisan. So what is the difference between recon procedural and recon bipartisan? Let's go over all the details starting right now. Recon procedural is very basic. In fact, ask questions they've already answered. Number one, do you agree upon a price tag of the recon of $3.5 trillion? Of course I do. I said that before we started. What's with you? Do you agree that committee number 1 gets $10 and committee number 2 gets $20? Yeah, I do. I told you this 3 weeks ago. Why are you asking me that obvious question? Because they got to vote on something they already agreed upon before. Now, the recon substantive falls right after that, and that is a little bit more detailed. So that determines how to spend the money when each of the subcommittees are dedicated that money. So how did we get to this wonderful spot? We got to this wonderful spot from Jalapal, who recently wrote Schumer a letter saying Chuck called a vote on the recon. The letter was signed by 12 House Democrats, part of the 100 plus who recently wrote the president a letter saying we're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. Boy, can we top that? We can. As those Democrats from the House Ways and Means Committee recently wrote the president a letter saying we're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. Well, you got to keep your promise, House Ways and Means. And yeah, they are one of several groups saying they're going to be giving you monthly forced stimulus checks. That's a House Ways and Means Committee. We have Warren and Sanders over in the Senate. We have AOC and Omar. This is the House Ways and Means Committee in the House. We also have the House bill. Can we top that? We can, as Biden did it 8 weeks ago. He went over 7 weeks ago, 6 weeks. I think it's about 7 weeks ago now. He went overseas to have a ceremonial signature. The real signature came days later. It's for the global minimum corporate tax rate. What is that thing? Something you really don't need to know. Now it makes recon easier to write and pass because this thing that's confusing is not in there. Number one, easier to write the recon. Number two, easier to call the vote. Easier to vote on the recon, easier to pass the recon because this confusing thing is not in there. Can we top that? Yes. As we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, a lot of breaking news. We'll be going over all the details about this recon. We'll be going over the passage of the recon. We'll be going over the details of the checks for the recon. We'll be going over the push to put those stimulus checks in there on top of that. We'll be going over the big money that viewers are continually getting. We'll be going over fifth stimulus, the surprising meeting by the president about the recon, and what is Danny Hoyer doing as well. A lot of details across the board. But first, it's important for you to get at least one item under third stimulus or any item you've got on this channel. If you got $100 for rent or $200 for utilities, you're ready under fourth stimulus. If you can't get the remainder of the money, then reach out to the community page. Where are they? They're at news.lalate.com/community. A link to them is in the description of this video. But here's a little bit about them. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds as Early Mornings LA heats up the final 15. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LA Daily for the excitement of the new LA live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LA at 9 a.m. Home LA returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LA at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA. And the excitement continues on Early Mornings LA, a lot direct from Santa Monica this beautiful morning. As we go into the fourth stimulus check update 2021, final 15 minutes of this video, we'll be going over the big push to get those stimulus checks out the door. We'll be going over everything you need to know about the recon procedural and the recon substantive, and is the substantive going for a vote this week? Wow. Then we'll go over that message that Danny Hoyer delivered his members in the Congress, the House members, and that secret meeting for the president. We'll go over all the big money that you're going to get on the fourth stimulus, and the big money that Purple Hawks continue to get. If you haven't become a Purple Hawk, do it right now. And with that, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a Purple Hawk. The link is on the top of the chat and the pinned comment. Meantime, coming up later in this video, 2 personal messages. Stay to the very end. Let's cut to that fourth stimulus recon and the details first about fifth stimulus. The President of the United States on his campaign trail said he was going to raise your benefits up if you're on SSI and SSDI. He did not deliver, and so now the Democrats are taking care of it for you in what's called SSI reform. This starts in September. And this reform is what you really need. This reform is part of the issue at hand that SSI reform needs to be taken care of. Step one is they're going to raise your benefits up a lifetime. Then they're going to remove the asset cap, apply an inflationary benchmark, then remove the marriage penalty, remove the income exclusion, and get it out the door. Here we go. Remove the add benefits limits, remove the asset limit, add an inflationary benchmark, remove the income exclusion, and remove the marriage penalty. Let's go over all the details starting right now. Who gets this? You do. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad Benefits, or Veterans Benefits, or SSI. SSA, first thing they do is raise your benefits up a lifetime. Then they'll apply a new benchmark. That new benchmark is inflation. Where's inflation going? It's going to be transitory, which means it's going to reach a temporary spike at the end of the year. When? In December. Yes, right when they apply your benefits. So how high is that benchmark going to go? I've been reporting maybe 5%. Let's do the analysis. First, they'll raise your benefits up. Then they'll apply a new benchmark. And if the benchmark is 5%, that means your benefits will go up 5%. Not just next year. Lifetime. Because once your benefits go up, an additional lift, they never go down. So if the inflation rate the year after that is 2%, you'll go up +2, +5%. It's incredible, great news. Then they're going to remove the asset cap, dating back to a 1980s law that says you can't have more than $3,000 in hand. It's going to go away, so you'll be able to have some muddled. How dare you? Did you call this muddled? No, this is purplish. So long as you can have some purplish in your hand and also some stimulus checks. They're going to remove the asset cap. The income cap, dating back to a 1960 law that says you can't work and stay on benefits. And finally, the marriage penalty is going to go away, and you'll be able to do a pair dance at your wedding. You'll be able to get married and no longer fear loss of benefits, and if your benefits were canceled, they'll be restored. Meantime, will there be a stimulus check? Yes, the House Ways and Means Committee represents their will. And finally, what about those Purple Hawks? If you're in the live chat and you've not become a member, what are you doing? The membership link's on the bottom of the chat and the top of the chat. Daily, I deliver to members across the board a breakdown of all the big money available for you under first, second, and third stimulus, because that is why the Purple Hawks are getting fortunes. 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 from this channel. They've realized that the big sums of money are across the board. Number one, in fall of 2020, second stimulus was not coming, and boy, we needed money. So I stepped in, I got viewers money, $250,000 for rent. I showed them where the money was, and Tyrone and his family got that rent, $15,000, incredible. But in January this year, third stimulus became law, and I said, I don't want you to focus on a $1,400 stimulus check. I can get you $14,000. Not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now, not 5 months from now, right now. And that's money right now is what I called it. And viewers now realize that they are getting far in excess of $14,000 for one item. For more than one item, they're getting far in excess of $14,000. They're getting multiple items across the board. Purple Hawks are pouncing like we've never seen before because they understand that the big money is still available for us while we await for stimulus. And so consider becoming a Purple Hawk. And with that, we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, starting right now. Deal done. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to the American people under the fourth stimulus recon. 3 things you need to know right now. Number 1, why do I say deal done? Number 2, what is Steny Hoyer doing? And number 3, what did the president do? First, let's go over why do I say deal done. Because the Democrats already agreed upon the price tag before they started. So this is an easy breezy as to the price tag. Number 2, they already agreed to pass the recon. And all the Democrats want to pass the recon. They don't need any Republicans. Also, the President of the United States says you must present to me in the White House both bills on my desk to sign. I'm not signing one. This helps us because the Republicans really like that roads and bridges, and the Democrats really like the recon. So no one's going to work against the other side. Now, I had told you 2 weeks ago, I think it was approximately, that Steny Hoyer was going to call the House back into session, that he had for August 23rd. Well, and that they could start voting as early as yesterday, and that there was a third message in there that I found fascinating. Well, a lot of people are saying, no, the House is not coming back to September. Untrue. They're back in town. But it's the third message in the Hoyer's comment that I think is the biggest one. Not what day they're coming back or what day they're voting on, but that third message. What does he say? He says, after you come back in town to work on the recon, stay here because we're going to stay here until we're done. Done on what? Yeah, there's a hidden message in there. Let me explain what's going on. The recon procedural started on the Senate side and then came to the House. The Senate was open then, the House was closed then. It's now in the House, and now the Senate's closed. But the recon procedural is a 10-second vote. Do you agree upon 3.5 trillion? I do. Hoyer saying, you're not leaving town. What do you mean I'm not leaving town? That's a 10-second vote. I just agreed upon the 3.5 trillion. The only thing they would be still staying in town for that's left, and I know you know the answer, is recon substantive. Of course. They have to be clearly going into recon substantive after recon procedural because there's nothing else to stay in town for. And this is incredible great news for us for a lot of reasons. I had been telling you before Hoyer's comments nearly a month earlier that there was a lot of gossip that said recon procedure went Senate House, but recon substantive may go House Senate. Now, it looks like it's happening because guess what? The Senate's not in session. And if they do the recon substantive now on the House side and finish it and send it to the Senate, then they say, hey, Senate, come back in session. And they're done. It makes perfect sense. But it makes better financial sense than even that. Let me go over why it financially makes good news for you. The people writing the recon are House subcommittee members, like House Ways and Means, that say they're going to give you a stimulus check or monthly stimulus check. And so it makes more sense for the House subcommittees to send the bill up to the House for them to vote on it. Number two, it makes more sense to start on the House side because the House members are always paying more money than the senators. Next, House members are more progressive, and progressives spend more money than the moderate Democrats in the Senate. Finally, it makes more sense to start on the House side because the House members could pay you more money, and then the vote-a-rama on the Senate side comes after that puts more money on top of that. So everything across the board makes sense to do it first House, Senate. So let's go to that vote-a-rama then, and let me go to that recon procedural, and then let me go to recon substantive. So recon procedural, pretty quick vote. That could be done in just a blink of an eye. And then they go over how they spend the money. Now, while we do not have the actual bill, we have some of the proposals that are in that recon substantive, and let me go over them right now, and the president's secret meeting from Sunday. So some of the items that are proposed for forced stimulus recon are free skill meals for all, checks, tax break checks, cheaper prescription medication checks, then lots of checks for elections, checks for free internet, and then checks for farming, and then checks for workers like independent contractors, lots of checks for seniors like Medicare expansion, checks for vision, checks for dental, and checks for hearing care. All right, now, what was the president's secret message? Well, you notice the first one on that list, well, actually, the third one on the list, was cheaper prescription medication. Well, a private meeting with the president and his Democratic caucus on Sunday reportedly was about pitching the American people on the recon by now saying to the caucus, talk more about the prescription medication issue. Why? First, let me tell you why, and let me tell you his approach and why I think this is very smart. He said, I want you to talk about the cheaper prescription medication of the recon a lot because it's something that will automatically get in their bank account in their hands within 24 hours of it becoming law. Why do I think this is great? I think it's great because he's right, and it does make sense. You know, what his concept was, roads and bridges, you don't see that for years. Stimulus checks, that would even take a few days. But this would be overnight. What does cheaper prescription medication mean? Well, pharmaceutical companies have preferred agreed upon rates with, let's say, Medicare. Let's say it's $10 for an item. And this would actually come in and change the rates overnight. And so suddenly it would go from, let's say, $10 to $5 overnight. So when you go to pay for something, you would pay less money the next day. And that is an immediate reaction that helps your pocketbook because you're paying $5 instead of $10. You have an extra $5 to spend or keep in the bank. Great news. I like it. It makes a lot of sense. Now, let's go to recon substantive more in detail, which is why it's important to remember that while this is all checks for us, $3.5 trillion of checks, it's all for the American people, not corporations. It's the biggest payout of the history of this channel. It's important to understand that they need to spend the money the right way. And so how they spend the money is the determination of the recon substantive. That's why I brought back Seats for Stimulus. Hashtag Seats for Stimulus. You need to go on social media, share this video, and tag elected officials. Say, hey, we need the right stimulus. Don't just do stimulus and do the wrong money. You're given $3.5 trillion on this recon. Spend it the right way. There's 6 House seats up for grabs in the next few weeks. So this is working great for us because those House members need to do the right thing. Otherwise, they're going to lose their seat. It could change the balance of power among Democrats and Republicans in the House. The Senate seats up for grab next are not till next year, 34 seats. Then let me turn to the issue of how to get money under forced stimulus recall. When we talk about things like dental or vision, IRS doesn't send you checks for your dental or for your vision. They never have. You've always had to go get it from somewhere. And that's what application-based stimulus is. We've been doing that all along, since first, second, and third stimulus, PBT, PPP, PUA, EIDL. You've picked up the phone and gotten unemployment benefits or got an increase to your SNAP benefits. You've done this. You've picked up the phone. And that is why, as a Purple Hawk or a viewer of this channel, you're going to be really ready under forced stimulus. If you picked up the phone and ever gotten any penny from this channel, you're going to be ready to get the money under forced stimulus. Forced stimulus is lots and lots of checks of social issues for you to get. But when you're getting a check for vision or a check for dental or a check for as a worker, it's not a check that comes in the mail from IRS. IRS has nothing to do with your dental, your teeth. IRS has nothing to do with your vision. At least, yeah, there's a joke there. IRS has nothing to do with your internet connection. So if you want money for internet, you would never reach out to IRS for that. You would reach out to another department. And these are these divisions of the government that are being given this money. This is why it's incredible great news. And yes, there's room to get stimulus checks in there on top of the $3.5 trillion. So a lot of things are push to ensure they put stimulus checks in there, push that they spend the money the right way for that recon, and certainly push that they get this to the finish line. Finally, 2 personal messages across the board. Personal messages from me to you. Number 1, if you were on this channel from Wednesday to yesterday, you know what happened. On Wednesday afternoon, the YouTube member alert system via the community page went down. So if you're a member, you're not getting any alerts from the community page on YouTube. Meaning if I wanted to write you an alert via YouTube, as a member, as a Purple Hawk, as a Purple Power, a Calcino VIP, you would not be getting it. No member has gotten anything written from me inside of YouTube since Wednesday. Nothing on Thursday, nothing Friday, nothing Saturday, nothing Sunday, and certainly nothing on Monday. But YouTube wants me to show to them the members who have not got members' messages saying, I'm not getting member alerts from YouTube. So if you're in the live chat, or you're watching this video and you're watching it later in the day and you're a member, you have an emoji next to your name of a Purple Hawk, and you're not getting any alerts inside of YouTube from me, write, I'm not getting YouTube member alerts. I'm not getting YouTube member alerts. And I'll send those off to them. Finally, because it's so important for you to get news when it's breaking, I took this opportunity to turn around within 24 hours. I don't know how I did it. The incredibly, what a massively successful Lalate alerts. It's totally free and it's run on Lalate. And it's a way for me to communicate directly to you via Lalate. What do? It's very simple. Step 1 is you go to the news.lalate.com/alerts. A link is at the top of the chat or in the pinned comment. It'll send you to a page that looks like this. It'll say, put in your name and your last name and your email address to get alerts. The next step is one of the most important ones, because the next step is the email. You'll get an email that says, hi, I want to confirm that you want to get alerts. This email may go to your spam folder, so look for it. It has a blue button like this one that says confirm your email. Click the confirm email button, the blue button, and then you'll see this. Thank you. Welcome. You are now subscribed to Lalate Alerts. Remember, watch for this confirmation email. It may be in your spam folder. It's from Lalate. Confirming you want to be part of Lalate Alerts. Click the link and then you're confirmed. You'll get alerts when a new video goes live. You'll get alerts whenever I need to send you anything that's happening across the board from this administration. Here's the noontime alert from yesterday. It says, now playing, tune in. You click the image, you click the button, and you go right into the video. That is the new Lalate Alerts. Hit it and subscribe today. It's 100% free. and it's fun, and it's a great way for me to communicate with you across the board. As we go into the big early mornings of this big day, there's a lot of programming today, and I look forward to seeing you across the board. Coming up next is Overnight's Crypto live on this channel, then Mornings LA live at 9 a.m., then noon 9:45 is Mornings Crypto live on air, and then noontime at 11 a.m. The recap is $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to the American people under the fourth stimulus recon. The recon procedural vote could happen any moment if it didn't happen overnight. The recon procedural vote could happen at any moment, but that's really not the focus. The focus is that recon substantive vote. You need to push Purple Power to make sure they put the right items in that recon substantive. It's likely the recon substantive will start on the House side, then go to the Senate side. Remember, the House floor can modify anything that's in the bill. The Senate side can modify anything that's in the bill. And then finally, if you've gotten rent, utilities, food, or internet, good. If you haven't gotten any of those three items, get it right now. And consider becoming a member so you get all the information about how to get this money delivered to you across the board. And with that, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers on YouTube record. I want you to this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000 to 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and stay here as Overnight's Crypto gets underway.